I'm Melanie Lindback, faith-based life coach. I am faith-like, family-focused, and freedom-driven for everyone. You know who those people I talk to? It's those women looking to live boldly and walk by faith. What does that look like? And looking at personality types, how to live more free than ever. But I also talk to blended family people. Oh my gosh. Microwave day. You know, I wish we had a beeper for people who were going through trauma, or people on the other side of trauma that wants to do more. No, I don't work with trauma, but I work with people. They're still healing a little bit and they're moving forward. You know, after my divorce, my husband left after 19 years, yelling as he went out of the house, yelling horrible things about the kids and me. He yelled, "I don't want to be a husband anymore." He actually yelled that often through the house. He didn't want to be a father anymore. And so what happened? He abandoned us. Wow, that's not what I thought I married 19 years earlier. So when I went to church, I got labeled prickly. They had a happy marriage. They didn't understand. Our happy marriage is wrong. No, this video is about, let's give some grace, people. And, you know, even for those women who are not going through a divorce, maybe it's a hard thing. Maybe it's somebody who is grieving. Can you give them some space and some room to grow? Because the fact is that they showed up at church. Am I defending myself? No, I'm hoping to help you understand that this sweet Melanie could not be sweet, because I was hurting so bad on the inside. It was like my insides were hanging out for everybody to see. And I will tell you, at the church I was going to, there was a divide, because there were so many people that even lived close to me that was telling me, what kind of wife am I because my husband left? And that's kind of wrong, don't you think? Yep, it is. But another beeper to remind me, I wish we had reminders. Hey, yeah, people knew I was going through divorce, but oh my gosh, yeah, she's still in it. Because no, it didn't pass in 4 months. It stayed for at least 2 years, maybe 3. And after working so hard, somebody said, "Oh, Melanie, you don't smile as much. You seem depressed." We had a beeper for those people. And, you know, for those people who are healing and they're going through things, and maybe they went through a counselor and they're on to me, there's still a little bit of healing, because, you know, you got to step over the past to get to the healing point. So I think the most effective thing that you can do, if somebody's single or even newly single, is to, you know, give them some space and just listen. You know how powerful it is just to listen. And are we insanely jealous of people who are happily married? Yes, we want to know your secret. But that's not the time, fresh out of a divorce or freshly separated. So let me put that. Because there's a lot of healing that had to happen for me. Am I that way now? No, definitely not. You know, one of the things I did, and it's a family joke, is that when my ex left, when the girl's father left, I lit all his stuff on fire in the backyard. We had a huge backyard and a pond following up to the backyard. And it was liberating. Was I normally like that? No. Have I returned to myself much nicer and much more compatible with other people, I could say? But sometimes you get emotional triggers, and sometimes it's not comfortable for the person. It's not comfortable for other people. You know, instead of asking the person or walking away, or some people were so disappointed in me in the church, and give your divorcee or somebody newly separated room. Give them room. You're going to have to give them a lot of room. Roll back some expectations. I don't want to say this, but I was kind of sick, emotionally sick. And every once in a while, I did word vomit. And maybe you're not down for that, or maybe you can just say politely, excuse yourself. If you go back a year or two later, I bet that person's not like that. They probably have moved on. One of the things that I also want you to try out when you see a single person, newly divorced or separated or going through something, you know what? Give them a hug. Even if they decline a hug, a loving touch, just time to listen speaks volume, and it speaks loving care. We are the body of Christ. We're supposed to be loving one another. And, try to do that. Hug the person. Am I a hugger? No. Would I have smarted off a little bit because I was hurting so bad? Yes. I hate to say that. Yes, but if a dog is hurting, you don't want to touch its ear because it will turn its head. It might bite you. Try to think of a human that way, possibly. Is that dog, after receiving care, going to a vet, going to be okay? Is your dog okay after going to the vet? Heck, yes. Give those divorcees, those people in the emotional hospital and improving themselves, give them a minute. Give them several minutes. Give them a year. And maybe even say I love you.